My name is Sasha Plavsic, and I'm the founder of Ilia Beauty. My roots are in branding and graphic design. I was working with another cosmetic line at the time, and after looking at all the ingredients on the back of the box and figuring out what was going inside the product, I was wondering if I could find something in the market that was more organic and more in line with my taste. I left my job and I downloaded a PDF on how to start a cosmetic company. The inspiration behind the brand was from an old chapstick that I had that had a tint. The ingredients inside of it were not necessarily up to a standard that I was looking for. That was a problem. That was something that I found uninspiring. I didn't want to give it up, and I couldn't find something to replace it. And so when I started, we initially thought we were going to do 12 tinted lip conditioners or chapsticks with a bit of color. We only had a budget at that time to do 6. It was a challenge because it's like, okay, I have so little to work with, you know, and how are we gonna do this? So I would walk into a lot of shops and I would talk to makeup artists and I'd say, I'd wanna know your best-selling nude. I tried to find, like, in every category from nude to pink to orange to coral to red to berry, what would be easy for a lot of people to wear. If you could have one shade in one category, how would everybody be able to wear it? But it was fun. That first one, you know, you get to like think about every detail right from the conception of where is this made? How is it made? How does it get here? You know, how is it filled? What is it filled with? Who are we gonna sell it to? And how is it gonna be looking when it's sold? I was obsessed over the packaging and then obsessed about the ingredients. And I kind of had an image in my head for what I wanted. Our cases, they are recycled aluminum. Not all of them, most of them, but our lipstick cases are recycled aluminum. Our boxes are 100% recycled paper, and then we have a vegetable-based dye. That is a big part when you're creating something, because when you're creating something and bringing it into the world for people to use, I think that more and more nowadays people want to know where that stuff is coming from. Natural is one thing, and organic is something different. I think the biggest thing is that when you have marketing, if somebody says it's natural or somebody says it's organic, you can ask the people who are there selling it, well, what percentage is organic? It could be 50% organic and 50% toxic, or maybe it's 50% organic and 50% natural. Our products are between, on average, 75 to 90% organic, and that's a high grade. That means that anywhere from 75% to 90%, all those raw ingredients, from the beeswax to the coconut butter to the shea butter to the essential oils, are organically derived. We don't use organic vitamin E, very hard to find. We use natural vitamin E, and the natural vitamin E comes from sunflowers. We try and find the cleanest ingredients. If they can be organic, then we will definitely make sure they are organic. For color, we do use natural dye, but we also use food grade dye. Most commonly, a lot of natural brands will use natural dye. However, if you want to get a really strong red or a really strong pink, you're not going to find that combination with just using natural dyes. Natural dye is also coming from the earth, so because the earth isn't so clean, the earth contains metals such as lead. So any natural product that is actually claiming to be 100% lead-free, if they're using a mineral dye, they can't really make that claim. Then you have some people that say food-grade dye is better. Food-grade dye is derived from a petrochemical. So we eat it. It's approved by the FDA that we can eat certain amounts of food-grade dye. And the amount that we use in a lipstick, if we're gonna create a stronger red, is very little. So we use very low percentages in our brighter colors of food-grade dye mixed with the mineral dye. In the back of a box, some people don't know this, legally you're supposed to list the ingredients in order from percentage. So for us, our waxes and our oils will be at the top of the list. You know, you have your wax that helps it stay onto the skin surface. You have your oils that will penetrate the skin. Sesame seed, papaya, rosehip, those 3 oils together are amazing. They can go really deep beneath the skin surface so that it can actually make the cells regenerate at a faster level, and it will heal your lips. My chemist, we work really closely together, and we start a lot of the formulas from scratch. So we have a brainstorming session and we say, okay, well, what do we want to do next? So our mascaras, you know, they came out a year ago. There's certain things I like about them, certain things I don't. One of them is that we had a synthetic preservative. We've been working on a preservative that's sugar and salt based. We're super excited to have it come out. I think it's gonna be a big game changer. And then we're gonna keep going into eyes. We're working on eyeliners and eyeshadows. And then eventually I would like to do tinted moisturizers. I would say more 2 years ago, organic, if you said this is an organic cosmetic line, immediately people would be like, no, you can't use it, it's not gonna work as well, it won't stay as long. And some people want their product to stay on for like 24 hours. We can't offer that, you know? So, but as far as being able to perform, being able to blend, being able to offer similar colors, being able to nourish, really nourish, and not just say that it's gonna nourish, but like the ingredients in there are actually really mixing in with your chemistry and nourishing. That for me is performing. We're able to find a balance between something that is natural and organic and something that can actually, you know, be brought out to the public that they enjoy and not just use once and say this doesn't work and throw it away. It's really important that I take them, I give them to friends, they chuck them in their bag, they go to the beach with them, because that's what people are going to be doing with them. And that's why, like, I think it's so funny that you'd want to test on animals, because they don't have the same eyes. They usually have fur. It doesn't make any sense. There are certain places in the world that will test on animals, and we won't sell to countries like that. There's a whole aspect, I think, to the face and to cosmetics and makeup that I find really interesting. And a lot of women and even men will perceive makeup as covering something up, you know? And for us, we want to be able to kind of take it the other way around, where, you know, your skin, if you want the makeup to look good, you will need to exfoliate it. You need to use a certain moisturizer or serum, and you need to prep the face in a way that will actually make the color stay and hopefully, you know, show more of your skin tone. For us, we really want to be able to highlight aspects of the face and not mask them. And add dimension to them. Our illuminators, our highlighters, in combination with a tinted moisturizer, a touch of mascara, and a nice lip, I don't really think you need much else. We're still known for our first 6, and people did want a chapstick with a tint, and they did want it to look a little bit nicer than the gloss. It's new, so we're gonna see how it does, but we're super happy that it's out there, and that it's, I think more importantly, that it's out there the way that I wanted it to be out there. I will always do that. Otherwise, it's not worth it.